Right, so I'm going to do light coverage today. My skin looks good today. I usually decide what kind of coverage I'm going to do on the state of my skin. And after I color corrected underneath my eyes and I used Aspen to get rid of this redness I usually have on my face, my skin looks great. So I just need a really light coverage of the 3D cream foundation, and that's really the best way to apply this makeup. It's all in thin layers. The least amount that you need makes you look younger. So I'm going to begin. This is the blend brush. This brush you want to purchase if you want light coverage. And in the summer is a great time because sometimes if you wear full coverage outside, it can feel heavy. I don't know, because it's so moisturizing. So this brush gives you light coverage, which you might really enjoy for the summer. I know I do. I tend to go light coverage in the summer, light to medium. After you learn to color correct, that's the best way. So, all right, we're gonna go in with my main shade here, which is darker. I color matched you to these first 3 shades, absolutely complimentary. And that ensures that you are going to get the best match for your skin. So when you see me put this on, it's hard to see it because it matches my skin so great. You're going to get that kind of match if you let me color match you. So you're just going to send me a selfie and I'll pick the 3 shades. Each one of these costs $16. It's very affordable. If you spend over $65, you get a compact that holds 4, and if you spend a little bit more, you can get a larger compact. So this one is one that holds 18. This one's great to use on the daily. This has everything in here that I need to get ready. And I mean everything. So I'm going to start. This is my main shade. This one's darker. This is called Aura. So this is going to go where I want the coverage. And that is pretty much on the outside of my face, the perimeter of my face. And that's where us ladies tend to get melasma from having children, or sun damage from not wearing sunscreen. And I'm just placing it and I'm blending as I'm going just to get a little bit of coverage. And it's going all on the outside. So there, that side's finished. And see what I mean about the coverage or the color? It's just perfect. Matches my neck, blends in. It's amazing. That's why you want to get color matched. Let's take it up here. So you get results like this. So I have melasma right here. I'm just going to do a little thin coat. I'm going to go up here in my hairline a little bit. Now our contour has some coverage. And the main highlight, or the brightening highlight, does too. So I'm going out here and I'm just dipping in, and it's the smallest amount. It's not like I love seeing those ads where the girls are dripping that liquid foundation, just painting on their face. We don't want to do that as mature ladies. I don't even know why young girls do that. They don't need that. As mature ladies, we just want to cover our spots that we want to cover, but let our skin shine through. And that's just going to make you look more youthful. And that is just going to make you look more youthful. And there we have I'm just going to blend this with the end. Swirl this in. And just put it around. And that is it. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Now I'm going to do this triangle. And when we're brightening the center of our face, it's going to go, if you imagine an upside down triangle right here, and then down here. You don't want to take that brightening shade all around your mouth. It's just going to go here, here, straight down your nose, and through here. That's what we're going to do first. So I'm going into my brightening shade. Mine is called Aura. Yours probably will be something else. They're all different shades. And I'm just picking up a little bit. And I'm going to just swirl that between my brows, brightening this area up. And we're just doing a really light coverage, and I'm just pushing this in. It's a different type of brush. It's not meant to push in. So you just kind of just see how I'm doing it. And then here, you can see how it's building this dimension. All of a sudden, you can see our faces aren't all one shade. So with 3D makeup, it is 3D. So you're using 3 shades to enhance your structure of your face, which helps with enhancing your natural beauty. Who doesn't want that? So I go back in and just blend this around the sides and put some of my main shade down the side of my nose. All right. First 2 are done. Isn't that great? Beautiful. See that shine on my skin? That's what we want, ladies. We want to see your skin peeking through. And if while you're using this makeup, your skin just gets better and it starts to get this glow because you're no longer using powders and liquids that are drying out your skin. You are moisturizing your skin when you're wearing this makeup, and it just is going to look healthier and healthier. I couldn't be more happy with the way my skin looks at 52. And I've been wearing this a year, and it's just, you can see the results in my skin, how I have that natural shine. And there's no Botox, see? I have no Botox. I've had it before, but it's worn off. It's just beautiful. Okay, so let's bronze first. I think it's easier to bronze first and then contour after. So I'm going to be using the bronze and blush brush. You can bundle this and save. Get the brush and your bronzer at the same time, and you're going to save money. I suggest doing that if you don't already have this brush. So I'm going to use Bella. This is 2 Bellas here, and I stacked them just so it matches the end of my brush. And next to it, this is an illuminator called Glow. You can use any illuminator you have and just mix it in on your brush to give yourself a little bit of, you know, bronze goddess feel. So I'm just going in, I'm tapping in, and then I'm just going to pick up a little bit. And I like how I have this all positioned, all the darks over here, my 2 light shades are over here, so that way when my brush hits something, it's not going to go into the light shades and vice versa. All right, so I suggest lining your compact up like this, your first 3 shades and then the dark ones. And then I like having my color correctors down here. And then this is an illuminator. I believe, where's perfume? Let's see. No, that's an illuminator. Okay, so bronzing. I'm just gonna bronze up. I am doing just healthy skin look, maybe like a beachy vibe. So I'm just gonna place this where the sun would hit, and that would be my forehead. To be across the cheeks. Boom, 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 the nose. Just gonna hit my chin. And I'm just pushing this in. We're not gonna do this movement because we don't wanna move our 3D makeup. Look at how beautiful this is. So the contour is gonna go up higher, so I don't have to worry about that. Placing up there in my hairline. Bounce in and get some more, and then just push this in. Bouncing in and getting more. I'm gonna bronze up. So I like to concentrate most of the color on the outside to give some depth, and then I place some down my neck and across my chest because we want the skin to all be the same shade. Let's just push them back here. Bring it on my cheeks. Isn't this beautiful? I don't think there is a prettier bronzer than Bella. I mean, I say it over and over and over. It's the best bronzer on the planet, and I can say that without growing a big nose like Pinocchio. It is. It's amazing. And this brush is fantastic. It is made for it. You don't want to use a tiny little brush to apply your bronzer because you're going to get too much on. You want to use a big fluffy brush like the blush and bronze brush. And look at that. See how pretty it looks like I've been outside. It looks like I have healthy, glowing skin. And it's just beautiful. Should I do a little bit more? Let's do a little bit more. So, if you were out in the sun, your shade is your shades that you're using are no longer matching, try using Bella Bronzer and warming up your skin first before you shade switch. Now, if you do get really tan on your face, which you shouldn't be, you should be using sunscreen, because I just bronze, and my skin matches the rest of my body. If I do get a tan, it's going to match the rest instead of switching shades. But if you do get a tan, send me 2 selfies and I will recolor match you. And you will definitely want to do that. But try bronzing first. Try sunscreen so your face doesn't change. You will thank me later, and just bronze. All right, so that is bronzing. Let's contour. Okay, let's talk about contour. Now, contour, I think social media has made it look absolutely crazy. All these lines and dots, and it is not hard. It's easy, and it is your best friend. Do not be afraid of contour from seeing all of this crazy stuff on social media. It is meant to lift your cheeks, to help disguise jowls, make your forehead look narrower, snatch in your nose. But I tell you, it is not hard at all. And I'm going to show you. So let me pin this hair back here. Okay, so on your forehead, think rainbow, and you want it up high. You just want to swoop it around. Unless you have a very narrow face, just do it here. So I'm going in. This is the detail brush. I do think you need the perfect brush meant for contour, which is going to be the detail brush. And I'm just dabbing into it. It is drier than the other makeup, so you can pick up more. And it's just going right up here, and think rainbow. And pick up some more, and I'm putting it right up there in my hairline, and I'm ending it right here at my eyebrow. You don't take it into this area. That's the no-go zone. And then you're just gonna blend it up. So we're gonna blend as we go. It is not hard, and it is worth learning. I've already bronzed. I like to contour after bronzing. So I'm gonna put a little bit more here. My contour shade is called Olive, and it looks very natural on my skin. I don't have these dark stripes, but what it's doing here is making this area the center of attention. All right, cheeks. Top of the ear, put your finger here underneath your cheekbone, and you're gonna end it at the corner of your eye. That's all there is to it. So I like to wiggle the side of my brush and pick up on the side, and we're just gonna follow this bone, underneath this bone. And I like to swoosh mine up at the end. So it's just like this. And I'm not gonna be coming back here. That's it. Let's do the other side. And see how I just carved out my cheekbone? This is really easy. It's your best friend. Just swoosh it up. Do not be afraid to contour. I get lots of pictures asking me, how are you doing? And my number one thing is you're not using either enough blush, or blush placement's wrong, or you're not putting enough contour on. Don't be afraid. Now see what that just did for my face? Cut that in, erased my cheekbones. It's amazing. Now, we're gonna go right under, if you made this ugly face, it's going down here. Not on the bone, it's going underneath the bone. Don't be afraid to do this, because this is going to knock off years and pounds. And we're gonna help disguise this neck right here that starts to come out. It's just right under here, and then I pull it down the side. I blend it immediately because it's easy to forget. Okay, now remember, dark pushes things back, light brings things forward. So right here, I have, you can see how this is going in and this is coming out, where I want that to be the opposite. So I'm going to put some contour here. I'm going to darken up this area. This is a bonus tip. I'm going to darken this area. Right here. So I want to push this back. And I want to go into my brightening shade. I'm going to pull this area where it dents in forward. I'm going to blend that in. Blend that in. And look at that. And I like to place a little bit right in here, the marionette lines. I gave myself a little jaw lift there, fix my little jowls. Isn't that amazing? I love it. Okay, contouring the nose. I like to use a small brush to contour the nose. You can use your finger if you want, if you're in a hurry, but I just like to go, and we're just following the eyebrow down, and I'm just drawing 2 lines. That's all there is to it. You want to use a small amount because we don't want a muddy nose, and I'm drawing these lines close, and I'm leaving the bridge of my nose. I'm going to blend as I go. I'm using the bridge of my nose. I'm going to leave that bright. So I like to blend as I go, and you can watch, look at that, snatch that right in. Okay, and now here I like to angle this because I have a bulb on the end of my nose. I want to angle this. I'm going to make a triangle here. Like that. Then I'm going to blend that down. Blend this down, and look how it disguised that ball on the end of my nose. I think I need a little bit more here, a bit here. And then I'm just going to go across right here. I'm going to make my nostrils look a little smaller. Poof, gone and gone. All right, now I am going to go in with the end of this multitasking brush to clean it up a little bit. I'm going to go into my brightening shade, and I'm just going to put a little bit of brightener down here. Just to enhance that. And then check my work. If that line was apparent, which mine isn't because I blend it as I go, but you could go back into your main shade and just blend that in. Isn't that nice? Easy? Nothing to it. Don't be afraid to contour. So I'm going to show you the new shade of the season called Maui. We're going to do some swatches. I'm going to show you what it looks like on my skin. Then I'm going to show you some ways that I would use it. So it is a gloss. It's a soft coral, and it has the tiniest bit of gold glimmer in it. So on my lips, you can see I have darker lips, so you can barely see this, but this is just, if you like a gloss on your lips with a little bit of color, and put it on a few times so you can really see. That's what it would look like. Okay, let's see it on the cheeks. So on the cheek, we can put on a little bit more because it is a gloss. Oh, I like it on the cheek. It's very pretty. I'm using my blush and bronzer brush. I love it on the cheek. It's beautiful on the cheek. It just gives you that soft, beachy look. It's pretty. I like it. What do you think? Tell me in the comments what you think. Okay, I'm just gonna go with this. Okay, let's do the other side. It's really pretty. So I have done light coverage I bronzed. I'm going for a beachy look, and I think this is the perfect color for a beachy look. So it is a gloss. Do a color swatch on my arm for you. Very light. Very pretty. I'm surprised. This is the first time I put it on. Okay, I'll switch that off because I always get that on my clothes later. Let's bounce this in. It is giving me the beachy vibe. Like I was out on the beach today. I have this glowing skin, a little bit of color on my cheeks from the sun. I like it. I'm liking it. I'm surprised. I thought it was going to be too light for me. You know, I like putting it up here and wrapping it around to tie in that color, because if we were blushing, it just wouldn't be in our cheeks. Okay, this is beautiful. Now, if you wanted, you could line your lips. Maui, I like it. Let me know what you think. So if you have cream makeup on your eyelids, they're probably creasing. I used Aspen on my eyelids today, and it got rid of all the red. I really like it up there. Even if I wasn't wearing an eyeshadow, I like that. So Aspen is a contour. No, wait, it's a highlight. So much makeup, so little time. So I put that up there, and I'm really happy with it. So I'm going to be using, what's better than one eyeshadow brush? 2 eyeshadow brushes. I'm going to be using an eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to be using a Kleenex today. I'm going to show you a trick. So I'm going to go in with the fluffy end of my eyeshadow brush, and I am just going to place Cupcake, my favorite eyeshadow. I can't live without Cupcake. This makes the perfect brow bone shade. If you don't have this in your compact, you need it, because I do all my eyeshadows. I begin this way. I get my eyeshadow. I put this on top of the cream. You can use the vanilla dust. I do that too. But I'm just priming my eye today with Cupcake, and I'm just placing this all over my eyelid, and it's kind of giving me a base to work with, and it highlighted the brow bone. You see, it's so pretty. It's Cupcake. It's a bone shade. Perfect. Everybody needs this one. All right, next we are going to be using a Kleenex. I folded mine down to this side and then this side. We are going to be working on an angle. We're going to use this as a guide. This is really going to help you. So I'm lining it up at the corner of my eye and going to the outside of my eyebrow. Okay, I'm going to try to do this while holding this. So I'm going to go in with Claire. So I'm going to pick up this Claire, which is this peachy, burnt peach shade that complements, you know, I always try to complement the color on my lip up on my eye for that professional cohesive look. So I'm going to go in, knock this off, pull this up, and this is going to be a guide. Now we don't have to worry about going outside of this area, and when we're finished, it's going to give us a nice elongated eye look, and it's going to be perfect. I can't wait to show you this. So you're just going to swoosh this back and forth. I went into Claire again. You just can't see it, knocking it off. And then make sure you bring it all the way in here. So we're going back and forth. And I really want this color to be here. Notice I went up onto the brow bone, but you can still see the brightness of Cupcake. That is what you want. This is great for hooded eyes too. This is creating our depth, and it's making Maui show up more. It complements it, and it's just going to be beautiful. All right, now I'm going to go into the shade, keep that there, Sedona, which is a very pretty light, warm brown. This is going to be in the crease. So I called this one the transition shade, and then this shade is kind of like the lid, but I like to think of it as a mid transition. So it's going more in the crease, underneath Claire, just to build that depth here in the crease. And I'm just going back and forth. And I'm going to put a little bit extra right here on the end. All right, next I am going to flip my brush over. I'm going to go into this one here, Coco, my favorite brown. I like it, and Philly. You really can't beat them. Put this out here. And then this is going to go outside and in the corner. This is going to give me like a eyeliner look without the eyeliner. A perfect eyeliner look. So this is going in this crease right here, right where you have that natural socket there. That's where we're taking this. And I'm just going back and forth. I usually just draw that line, but this way you don't have to worry about it. And then I'm taking it down into the eyelashes a little bit. So let's go back up and darken this again. And then I'm going to shade this into the crease to build that depth. I love having a little bit of a darker eye when I have a light lip, so this is going to help. Just down here. And let's do it one more time. So I'm leaving that lid open for that pop of shimmer. And it's called As You Complete Me. Okay, so there's Coco. And we can take it off now and see what we have. I took off some of my makeup holding it there. But look, isn't that pretty? Let me go back and touch this up. I'll be right back. Okay, so I touched that up. So it gave me this nice clean angle there, which pulls up the eye, and it was so easy to do using that Kleenex. So now I'm just gonna go into this beautiful shimmer on the end of my finger. Let's use the pinky. I'm just picking up some, and that's gonna go right in. My hands are shaking. Time for me to eat. The center of the eyelid. Ooh, that is so beautiful. If you get Maui, you need this eye look because they complement each other so perfectly. And I know some people that just keep this, like do this, buy the look, keep it in the palette that they get the compact of 4, and it's just a look. You just go to it, I'm gonna do this look today, I'm gonna do this look today, and it's all ready for you to go. I think that's a cool way to do it. All right, let's do a little bit of drift in the corner and then take it down. Okay, so let's highlight this brow bone and inner corner, and I always use drift, Cupcake, and drift. You need both of these in your compact. I use them every single time. So this is just going right up here, and I'm just gonna pull it out. Pretty. It's kind of the cherry on top here. Look at that. This brightens up that area. Keep it away from, don't go down in here, but keep it up in the sweet spot where we have no wrinkles. And then I'm going to take it and blend it up to that corner, to the right there. So pretty with, let's put a little bit more blush here. Isn't she pretty? Maui. I'm loving this soft look after doing all that glam. Very pretty. Okay, let's do underneath the eyes. So I like to use the end of this multitasking brush. So I'm just gonna start with Claire right here. And this is just going, I'm gonna bring my mirror over here. I'm impressed I can do that in my phone. Okay. So this is just going on the outside, and I'm just gonna bring it all the way. And don't be afraid to take it down a little bit. It's a bright shade, so it's not gonna be a dark eye under there, so it's very bright. It's just gonna bring this look all together. I recently started doing this, bringing it all the way, and it looks prettier. It elongates that eye, it pulls it. Since that color's here, it's pulling it out and elongating the eye. And I practice in makeup. I play in makeup. And I'm like, I'm gonna try that. And I'm loving it. So I'm just getting a good amount of Claire down here. She is such a pretty shade. All right, there is Claire. Now we are gonna go into Sedona. This is a really great shade. And Sedona is gonna go to the pupil. So from the outside corner, we can smudge this out a little bit into the pupil. So it's building that depth. Now we're gonna go into our darkest shade, Coco. And what I'm gonna do with that is make sure that it's connecting up here. So it's gonna be right on the outside corner of the eye, right next to the waterline, not in the waterline, but right there. I'm keeping it tight, and I'm making sure that that darkness is right here, connecting. And that, when you do that, it elongates the eye. You can see it makes my eye look longer. And I just completed this look. I mean, how pretty is this eyeshadow look with this lip? Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna do this eye off camera, and I'm gonna come, well, I'll do it fast. I'll speed it up just so you can watch it again. Okay, I'll be right back.